In the co-main event, Deiveson Figueiredo, another very popular former champion, is a big-time underdog against Montel Jackson, and we understand again maybe why we'll get Rob's model on that as well. But when you see this fight, Danny, is there any shot that the former champion still has championship pedigree as almost what I'm seeing here about 235 betting underdog?
Yeah, I'm shocked at the line, by the way. I want to start there. So, this is, for me, definitely a dog or pass spot. I cannot back Montel Jackson at almost $3, knowing who's the toughest guy he's faced. Hanayaya, right? Go through his resume. It is not the most impressive list of fighters. And now he's fighting a former champion. And not only a former champion, but, I know he's on a 2-fight losing streak. And a lot of people are like, should he even be in this division? We're 2 fights removed from him beating the crap out of Chito Vera. Beating the crap out of Chito Vera. And, not for anything, that loss against Piotr Jan, do we forget that he hit an inside trip in the first round there and had Piotr Jan's back? Who's had Piotr Jan's back? Nobody. So, we're 1 fight removed from that, 2 fights removed from beating Chito Vera, and now we've got him as an almost 3-1 underdog against the guy who hasn't fought anybody. And I get it. The power there, it's clear for Montel Jackson. He is an incredible talent, an incredible athlete. But can he put 3 rounds of that together against championship-level material? I don't know. And getting Deiveson Figueiredo out of there is no easy task.
Total sitting at 2.5, and it's juiced to the over $1.95. So that tells you, Dan, what you're getting at there. That it does not look like, at least the implied juice, that we're going to see a finish from the Montel Jackson side there as almost a $3 betting favorite. So do with those numbers as you will. But again, I'm reading into it the same way you are. We talked about it with Deiveson Figueiredo against Montel Jackson with Dan Vreeland. And he does take it as a look of disrespect for where Figgy's numbers are. What do the numbers show you, Rob, with El Modelo? Because I wonder if the respect is bona fide, if you will.
El Modelo is just being disrespecting to Deiveson Figueiredo, that's for sure. I used to be a big Figueiredo fan. Not that I'm not. I still am a Figueiredo fan. I mean, that guy put on some classics back when he was champion. I mean, 4 fights against Brandon Moreno. All 4 of those fights are worth watching, by the way. But since then, since moving up in weight, he's 3-2 since moving up, but he's got a 2-fight losing streak that is a little concerning to me. He's 37 years old now. That last fight against Sandhagen was that knee injury, which, you can say to fluke situation, but Corey did roll in that situation to exactly hurt him. Maybe not to that extent, but it got him the win. But we do need to put an asterisk on the TKO side when you think about Figueiredo being TKO'd twice in the UFC, because one was due to an eye injury against Brandon Moreno, and then we have the knee injury. So not all TKOs are created equal in the UFC. And then you got Montel Jackson, and I agree with Dan. He doesn't exactly have the strength of schedule that Deiveson has. Absolutely, I'm not saying that, but he is on a 6-fight win streak, and he does have a size advantage overall. He's 5'10". And he has a 7-inch reach advantage over Deiveson Figueiredo. And Deiveson still kind of fights, I guess you could say, in that smaller flyweight style. And I have a concern that this is a bigger fighter that could actually have the recipe to beat him. XR percentage, once again, Figueiredo down at 59%. He loses rounds. He just consistently loses rounds nowadays. Montel Jackson, 74% XR percentage. Against weaker competition, I'll give you that, but it's important to maintain that high number. Figueiredo, 2.83 significant strikes landed per minute, so it's below that 3 mark that is really damaging and winning rounds with a negative 0.81 differential, so there's that on top of it. Jackson, slightly above 3.09, but it's the positive 1.74 differential, meaning he's hard to hit. He's absorbing only 1.35 significant strikes per minute. So Montel Jackson can stay out of range using that reach and barely get hit. 81% head strike defense, by the way. And then you go to the grappling. Montel, 65% control rate, 60% takedown accuracy. Figueiredo only has a 58% takedown defense. We've seen him get taken down before.
Oh, yeah.
It's 100% the veteran versus the up-and-coming. Jackson's size, his defensive stats, it makes him kind of a bad matchup for Deiveson. The model goes, this is the only fight on it modeled 7 fights. It's the only one that comes shining colors with Montel Jackson. And yes, it's disrespectful to Deiveson and absolutely not saying to play Montel Jackson minus 310 or what we Oh, he's actually down minus 290, so it's a little friendlier. But this is where you got to play it safe. This is a card I'm playing safe. It's kind of that pay-per-view hangover for me,
Sure.
where I'm stepping back a little bit. He's either a parlay piece for me, and I can talk about that in a second, or like I mentioned, Figueiredo, even at 37, he is a tough guy to finish. He's only been finished 3 times, 2 of those being those TKOs I mentioned and a submission by Brandon. So right now, Montel Jackson by decision plus 115, which it kind of goes with the narrative of the over 2.5. So right now, my play is Montel Jackson plus 115, and I may have him in a parlay later.
And again, if you want to play that over 2.5 rounds, you're just laying $1.95 versus the 290 right today with Montel Jackson. So depending on the books and where you shop, if you do think this thing's going to hit the cards, you can even shorten that price tag for the fight to go the distance instead of laying that big price point here on Montel Jackson. Because I'm with you, really tough to get Figgy out. But if he's at that big a disadvantage with the metrics, maybe this is the guy, the younger guy, to get it done. We've seen it. There's no space for old men. It feels like in this sport. So
it's a cruel, cruel world out there.
it is very cruel out there.